Hi everyone, I'm Dave. I'm the general manager and creator of Crimson Moon.
And I'm Scott, design director on Crimson Moon.
Today we're going to be answering your questions. This one's from Hellborn, and the question he has is, what has been the most memorable moments from the project? Hey Hellborn. So there's been a bunch of really cool and challenging things that have happened in the project since, its inception and all the way through. When you're trying to close a project through and you're, trying to create something from, your mind and something new, there's the roadmaps and how to get there, you're forming them as you go. We talk a lot about kind of building the plane as it's taking off. And for me, I look at every section of the project really fondly, but, currently right now, as we're closing the game out, the effort, the passion, the commitment that the dev team and all of the external support that we have is really, really exciting. And so for me, this closeout phase is definitely, at the top in terms of, exciting and, powerful moments in the development of the project.
What are the rarity types and how do they affect gear stats? So we do have rarity on our equipment. There's 5 different levels. We refer to it as quality, and those levels are common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. And a big part of the game is going to the blacksmith or finding drops that increase the quality of your loot. And what that can do really varies depending on the type of equipment that you're picking up. So for weapons, it's really about attack power. For shields, it's about defensive attributes, but also the boons that you find that are on certain pieces of equipment will actually scale with the quality of the weapons. So both the base stats of the items as well as the effects that it can do will be powered up as you upgrade your quality of your equipment.
This one's from Himeno. Hey Himeno. Himeno is really excited that there was a number of his favorite bands involved in the announcement and in the game. And the question is there plans to release a soundtrack? Yeah, there are plans to release a soundtrack, and we're really excited about it. It encompasses collaboration and also music that's been developed internally. So it's going to be a really, really exciting thing.
Will there be matchmaking at launch? Yes, we have a lot of different ways to join up with other players. You can do either a quick match feature, or you can join directly via code. And we do support cross-platform play, so you can connect with people from any of the platforms that we're supporting.
This one is from Dark Moon Archer. Their question is about the post-launch content. And so we're going to have a number of announcements coming out on our Discord and social channels shortly after launch. But right now we're heads down focused on the upcoming September 1st launch. But details are going to be coming out shortly thereafter on a multitude of our social platforms.
Will there be Steam Deck support? Yes, we are supporting the Steam Deck. I do a lot of my PC gaming on my Steam Deck, so we definitely made it a priority to get that experience right. So we think you'll be happy with how Steam Deck plays.
So this next one is from Urfasu, and it's a question about microtransactions. And so coming forward, we're not focusing on microtransactions. We love skins and armors, and we have a multitude of plans that we're going to be talking about after release, but the game is not a microtransaction-based game.
Can we get some insight on how many bosses there will be? Will the bosses have random modifiers? So we don't want to get into too many specifics on the boss numbers. We definitely want to leave some surprises and things for you to discover, but there are a number of bosses and they're a big part of the core gameplay. The bosses are different and present very different challenges, and different builds that you bring will be more effective depending on the boss that you're up against. Bosses do support scaling, so we do modify the health, attack damage, and in some cases the status effects that they deal, and we do also adjust things in co-op. So we try to make sure that you have a good experience no matter what difficulty level and play style you're playing.
All right, this one is from Warpip, and the question is, since the PlayStation players are getting a really cool skin, what about the PC players and other people on other platforms? So we're really happy to say that we are going to be releasing skins for all the platforms the title is released on.
Cap Carrot writes, can a single player access everything, story, enemies, levels, or are some only available to 2 players? So yes, as a single player, you can access everything. And, we've always designed the game to be playable end-to-end solo, but to be better in many ways in co-op. So we want to make sure that everything supports a fun, challenging solo experience, as well as a fun, dynamic co-op experience as well.
This one's from Hellbore, and it's about the initial idea for the game, the concept of the game. And so we're going to have some information coming a little later about kind of the antithesis of the game and all of its background. But the game really started back when I was in high school, and it's kind of a love letter to all the things that I love and the dev teams love. I'm a huge fan of Paradise Lost and the Inferno, and I'm a huge fan of classical games. Actually, one of the early prototypes for Crimson Moon was a 2D, 3D side-scroller hybrid. Over the time of the development, we really kind of focused on what we think customers are going to like the most. And, obviously when you bring people together for a game, it comes from being, a single idea to a multiple idea from many people. And so because of that, this is how we ended up with Crimson Moon.
Thank you to everyone who submitted questions. If you want to learn more about Crimson Moon or submit questions for our next AMA, please join our Discord.